The call came while I was washing my son's bottle. A soft, casual voice. My sister-in-law. "Hey, could you feed my dog tonight? We left in a rush for the resort. I forgot to call the sitter." Her tone was light, carefree. Laughter hummed in the background. I said sure. It was nothing. But when I entered her house that evening, the air felt wrong. Too still, too quiet. I called out her dog's name. No answer. The floor smelled faintly of ammonia and something else. Rotten milk? No, sweat. Then I heard it, a weak, broken sound from upstairs, a whimper, not an animal's. When I pushed the bedroom door open, the world stopped moving. Her little boy, 5 years old, lay curled on the floor beside an overturned bowl, his lips cracked, his breath shallow. "Eli?" I whispered. His eyes flickered open. "I was hungry," he murmured. "Mom said not to call you. She said you wouldn't come." For a moment, everything in me went silent. Then I picked him up and felt how light he was, like something hollowed out by neglect. I carried him out without thinking, my hands trembling but my face calm. Because rage, real rage, doesn't scream. It calculates. At the hospital, the nurse asked how long he'd been starving. I didn't answer. Eli just looked at me as if waiting for permission to fall asleep. When the IV dripped into his arm, I finally called my brother. He laughed when he picked up. "You're kidding. He's at the neighbor's, right?" I said nothing. I let silence stretch until it became an accusation. He hung up. That was the moment I realized something deeper than negligence. Something planned. The doctor said he'd survive. Severe dehydration, malnutrition. He'd been locked in that room for days. Days. I remembered her voice on the phone, bright, cheerful, the sound of waves in the background. "Feed my dog." That was it. No mention of her son. A message wrapped in deception. My brother and his wife had been trying for years to have a child. He wasn't supposed to know the truth about Eli. Only she did. And I had kept her secret. Once. But now I wondered, why protect someone who could abandon her own son like that? That night, as Eli slept, I sat beside him and scrolled through her social media. Pictures from the beach, smiling faces, her hand resting on a man's shoulder, not my brother's. I didn't confront her, not yet. I wanted certainty, not suspicion. I pulled old photos, checked timestamps, traced the man's face through tagged posts and business profiles. His name appeared once, her boss, married, 2 kids, a double life woven behind digital filters. Eli wasn't my brother's son. I knew it before the test came back. Still, I needed proof. I found one of Eli's baby hairs in the old scrapbook she'd left behind, my brother's toothbrush in their shared bathroom. The lab results arrived 2 days later. The percentage was merciless. Zero match. I stared at the paper until my vision blurred. Not for my brother, but for the boy. He didn't deserve to carry her secrets. When I finally called her, she answered from the hotel balcony. I could hear the wind, the ocean, the laughter of someone in the background. "Everything okay?" she asked. "Everything's fine," I said. "Eli's safe." There was a pause. Too long, too loaded. "Oh," she said lightly. "Thank you." I hung up. My brother returned the next morning, panic etched across his face. He rushed into the hospital room, demanding answers. "He was locked in your bedroom," I said flatly, "while you two were on vacation." His voice cracked. "That's impossible. She wouldn't." I handed him the report, DNA results. He read the lines, his face collapsed in silence. When he finally looked at me, I could see something die behind his eyes. "I loved her," he said. "I know." He sat down beside the hospital bed, shaking. Eli stirred faintly in his sleep. "Who's the father?" he asked. I didn't answer. He didn't need to hear it from me. That evening, she returned, sun-kissed, smiling. When she saw the police car outside the hospital, her face froze. I watched from the hallway as my brother handed her the report. No shouting, no chaos. Just silence that burned through her composure like acid. She started crying, babbling about stress, postpartum, confusion. He didn't move, didn't blink. I stepped closer, just once, and whispered, He's safe now. That's all that matters. Her eyes met mine. There was no guilt, only fear of losing control, of losing the narrative. That was enough. I walked out. It's been 3 months. Eli lives with me now. He's quiet, careful. He doesn't call me uncle anymore. Just home. My brother moved away. He still sends letters, none of them opened. Sometimes I think about that first call, her voice light, the ocean behind her, the cruelty disguised as normalcy. People like her don't just lie, they curate illusions. I no longer chase justice. I just make sure the truth lives where lies once did. Because in the end, silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. And the next time she calls, I won't answer.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.